Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. The most important things that John Deacon said, or that I want to emphasize in this video, will be highlighted, but I also want to transition into something really interesting. Ethereum was going to get a free pass regardless, but now there's more evidence than ever that XRP was also meant to be mentioned in Bill Heineman's talk. Bill Heineman, however, changed his mind at the last minute and gave a completely different speech. Guys, the story in this video is really well done. I would want to present you with the evidence that what may have happened is exactly what you think it was. This theory is one of the more interesting and well thought out ones I've read concerning the case. Trust me, this is something you won't want to miss. To get things started, let me play a clip from John Deacon's live stream from earlier today. I'd like to do what he's done with the Bill Heineman Ethereum free pass docs since he does such a great job breaking down what's going on in very technical terms. I'm going to retrace my steps and clarify certain points. Simply put, it's not easy to keep up with if you haven't been paying close attention. First, I'd want to show you this video. Don't worry, though, I'll fill you in on the details shortly. My argument for why XRP should have been included in the free pass speech will be brief and simple to follow. In an effort to corner the market on a particular theory, Bill Heineman ultimately decided to use a previous version of his address. First, hear me out, and then we'll analyze this. There is a great deal of uncertainty regarding what is taking place. So, let's start by talking about the Heineman papers and what they include. For the sake of transparency, Judge Torres has chosen to make public, with very minor redactions, emails, speech drafts, and statements between all of these SEC officials that were part of the Heineman case but could not be sealed. In other words, you'll be able to see it. On June 13th. I wouldn't put it past them to do it the day before. What happened to the redlined and commented upon versions of this speech that Valerie Heineman provided on June 13th? The reason why RIPA would agree to a 1-week extension to unseal this has garnered a lot of interest, so yes, the Office of General Counsel and all these other people will be made public. The SEC wrote a letter to the judge asking for an extension so they could make sure they followed the judge's instructions. And I replied, look, Judge, I don't think there will be any appeal or removal of mandamus. So, it's highly unlikely that they'd warn the judge that they plan to submit a writ, object, or anything else of the sort before trying to pull a fast one. As a result, it seems inevitable that we will check out these shows. Many people are now thinking, oh well, we'll get to see what Mike Novogratz or Joe Lubin said, but those emails are actually from the Securities and Exchange Commission. If anyone in the chain of emails wasn't an SEC employee, they couldn't claim attorney-client privilege. They had no right to enjoy the benefits of the democratic procedure. Here are the correspondences then. First, let's talk about Exhibit 220, the source of the published footnote. And there was a footnote in Ripple's opposition brief. It also practically mentioned in the footnotes that it had cited SEC lead emails. In the next footnote, which includes correspondence from the SEC, you'll see redactions at the very bottom. There are reasonable grounds to conclude that XRP does not satisfy all parts of the Howey analysis, and is hence not a security for purposes of federal securities laws, as detailed in the Heineman documents designation abbreviations. However, it is not being repressed. But that part is left uncensored. Please turn the page back so that we may read the accompanying footnote. That's the place where the reference is made, in the footnote. It claims that in many cases given by reputable law firms, the SEC received independent opinions from other market participants who are not affiliated with Ripple. A securities exemption was granted for XRP. After reading footnote 33 seconds light, you'll find that the underside of the object has a new look. The focus is on production, not the Heineman emails. The manager's proposal that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP not be treated as securities is then discussed. As a result, XRP fails the Howey test. There is a non-SEC official's comment to that effect in the Heineman emails. Essentially, a member of the SEC said, "Hey, we're working with this law firm, And they're telling us there is no way XRP is a security either, which suggests that an SEC employee either mentioned what this other person outside of Ripple was saying during a discussion of this important speech to be given or passed an email that the SEC got what is happening here. This occurred at the same time as the drafting of the Heineman Ethereum free pass speech bill. The funny thing is that it took months for this entire email chain to go back and forth. The SEC also conducted an evaluation of XRP and determined that it did not meet the definition of a security. We were never given access to that evaluation. But the truth is, as John Deaton explains in the video below, that if the SEC had concluded in that memo that XRP constituted a security, it would have been required to take immediate action against Ripple and seek an injunction to force Ripple to stop utilizing XRP. Since their memo left open the possibility that XRP would qualify as a security, they eventually decided against doing so. After hearing this, is there anything further we can conclude? We do know, however, that Bill Heineman did not give the speech in the aforementioned crater. And this problem showed itself in this specific case. What did Bill Heineman do now? Bill Heineman, however, reverted to a less rational version of the speech that he had written earlier. Before releasing the results of a collaborative effort, think about all of the times you and your partners worked together to get the job done. I'm sure you can't count the number of times you labored over a paper project, just to decide to revert to version 13. Users of version 50 have never had this problem. Not only does this never happen, but in this speech, Bill Heineman explicitly stated that he would not be giving the speech the SEC had demanded. It's therefore irrefutable evidence that Bill Heineman deliberately gave the wrong version of the speech for his personal ends. Then, what is going on? The first strange thing is that XRP was mentioned by name throughout the writing of this speech. Additionally, we know that not all SEC lawyers feel that XRP met the criteria to be classified as a security. A document in which the SEC tried to decide for itself whether or not XRP was a security brought this up during the speech's preparation. So, right off the bat, we have some really intriguing numbers that make me wonder if perhaps SEC SAPI was meant to be included in the speech. The situation is deteriorating, therefore please take this action. This was also found by Stephen Hubert. I think he's done a fantastic job throughout this whole case. It's hard for me to accept the results of his investigation. However, take note that while Ripple was actually invaded, Ethereum was provided a complimentary ticket to the keynote address at the Yahoo Summit by Bill Heineman. In addition, officials of the SEC talked about XRP while writing the document. Not only did Bill Heineman not provide the complete speech, but the SEC has already declared that XRP is not a security. My theory is that Bill Heineman was supposed to talk about XRP in an upcoming speech. Joe Lubin and the other members of the Ethereum Foundation eventually stepped in and told him no, Bill, insisting that he submit an earlier version. If you want Ethereum to succeed in this industry, you need to explain XRP. Finally, Bill Heineman just went back to an earlier version of the speech that wasn't really specific on XRP. He was supposed to give a different speech at a later time, but he never showed up. In this specific case, it was indicated for the purpose of giving Ethereum a competitive edge. He let the world know about the erroneous version. This is what I imagine would happen if these emails and memos were released to the public, but these kinds of reasons are why I doubt that will actually occur. This is exactly what transpired. That we were able to collect this data and piece it together to paint a picture of what happened in the background fascinates me. On June 13th, we will find out for sure if this is what happened. Even though John Deacons and I both think it's unlikely that we'll see these records, anything is possible. If I'm wrong, it's only because I want to know the truth. To continue, gentlemen, I value your presence here greatly. I trust you found this update interesting. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.